Good morning and welcome to my live Facebook webinar. It is great to have you here this morning. Go ahead and introduce yourself in the chat. I would love to hear from you. Let me know where you're from and what it is that you do. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. So as you're joining us this morning, make sure you can hear me well. Turn me up if you need to. If you haven't already, you can get a copy of my free 6-week guide to Facebook in the bottom left-hand corner of this page. It's ready to download. You don't need to type anything in. Go ahead and click Get It Now. Now, take the time to remove any distractions that you may have. For the next hour, give yourself the time to learn. Remove anything that may distract you and stop you from learning all that I have to offer. So go ahead and sign into the chat. It'll be great to hear from you. We're going to get started in around 2 minutes. Now, if you're thinking, look, I'm about to get all this great value, I really shouldn't keep it all to myself, go ahead and share this with your friends. It's karenwithay.com/live. Welcome to those of you who are just joining us. We're going to get started in around 1 minute. So go ahead, make sure that you can hear me okay. Sign on into the chat and we'll get started very shortly. Welcome, good morning to those of you in Australia, good evening if you're from somewhere else in the world and it's heading into nighttime. We're about to get started, so go ahead and sign on into the chat down below this window. Now I am here with you live today, so if you have any questions as we go along, just type them into the chat and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Welcome to those of you who are just joining us. Go ahead and sign on to the chat. We're just about to get started. So make sure that you can hear me okay. If you're just joining us, please go ahead and share this webinar with your friends. karenwithay.com/live. Let them know where you are this morning and how they can join you. So I am here with you live, so if you have any questions as we go along, please feel free to type them into the chat. I will get to you as soon as possible. There is a little bit of a delay between the video and you seeing it, just a few seconds, so if I don't answer straight away, you may not be at the same part as me. Let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to look at how to get your first 1,000 Facebook fans and how to reach them. So you're in the right place if you have a Facebook page and you're looking to grow your audience. You've been posting to your page, but you're just not getting any interaction. It's a daily frustration for you to work out what to post. Maybe the number of people seeing your post has declined and you want to increase this number, get it back up there. You're still here? Great. So what you're going to learn today, you're going to learn how to find Facebook users with a genuine interest in your product or service. We're going to look at how to increase your Facebook likes within a targeted audience, how to reach more fans with your posts, how to encourage engagement from your fans, and how to set up a successful Facebook advertising campaign, one that really works and doesn't cost you the earth. So who am I? I'm Karen, Karen with a Y. This is me, but I think this photo shows the real me. This is my beautiful family, my fiance Luke and his gorgeous daughter Taylor. So why social media? How did I get into it? Well, when I was 24, I started my first business. It was the Tasmanian Discount Card, which is the island state where I live. So I got this huge business loan and I was going to be everywhere. And I was. I was on TV, radio, I was in every local travel publication. We had billboards and I went to every trade show possible. That's me on the left there with our pink piggy. Now, what did this do for my business? Well, it set me broke. I was trying to be everything to everyone. I was across all mainstream media. And it wasn't until I discovered Facebook that I really started to get some traction for my business. I was absolutely blown away that this free medium got me more results and better results than when I was spending tens of thousands of dollars on mainstream advertising. Now, this is no exaggeration. I spent over $80,000 in my first year on mainstream advertising. I got better results when I ran out of money and switched to Facebook. So now I'm going to show you how you can do the same. So let's first have a look at Facebook page likes. The important thing to note about likes is that it's not all about the number, and they're only important if they're genuine. Now, you can see these pages that have tens of thousands of likes. Some of them are from false accounts. Some of these people pay for likes on things like Fiverr just to get that big number. But you've got to think about it. Is a false account ever going to buy from you? Are they ever going to have a genuine interest in your product, in what you have to offer, and are they going to spend their money with you? Of course they're not. Are they going to comment or interact with your posts? No, they can't. So these numbers really aren't important. You'd rather have quality over quantity. So it's also important to remember that you can still reach people who don't like your page. So even though they haven't hit that like button, you can still get out into their news feeds, and we're going to have a look today at how to do that. You can also, the importance of having the likes and why we bother at all is it can build credibility and social proof for your business. And well-targeted fans are really easy to market to. So it used to be that you would create a Facebook page, get fans to like that page, and post to your page and your fans would see it in their newsfeed. Sounds great, right? Unfortunately, it's not like that anymore. Now, on average, only 6% of your fans will see your posts in their newsfeed. 6%, so that's really low. So we really need to work on getting that number up and getting your posts seen by more fans. So how do we do that? We do that by increasing the engagement. Engagement equals reach on Facebook. So Facebook measures engagement as likes, comments, shares, and clicks. So the more engagement a post has, the more people will see it. Think of it as you share or like a post, Facebook goes, oh, this must be interesting content. It must be relevant. Let's show it to some more people. The more people that share, that like, that comment, that click on that post, they go, wow, this is getting a lot of traction. Let's get it out to more people. So let's have a look at how we can do that. Some engaging Facebook posts include questions, fill in the blank posts, asking for a specific answer, what would you do, and caption this. We're going to have a look at each one of these post types in more detail. Remember, if you have any questions as we go along, type them into the chat. I'm more than happy to help you out and answer them. So asking questions. By asking questions of your fans, you encourage them to comment. So make the question easy to answer. You want to use one-word answers, they work the best, and use questions that don't need too much thought. Remember, your audience is time poor. They've seen your post pop up into their newsfeed. You want to make it really simple for them so that they want to take that extra step and make a comment. So you could ask, what's your all-time favourite movie? But have a think about that. Just quickly, can you give me an answer off the top of your head? Your all-time favourite. Sometimes you have to decide, is it this one? Oh no, maybe it's this one. What's my all-time favourite? Maybe they can't remember the name of the movie. So you can make it a little bit easier for them and say, what's one of your favourite movies? That way they don't have to think of their all-time favourite. They don't have to worry about what people are going to think of their answer. They can just put down one of their favourite movies. But you could then go one step further and make it really easy. What's the last movie you watched? So think about that one. It's a really simple question to answer. Hopefully it wasn't too long ago and they can still remember what it was called. They don't have to think about whether it was their favourite or not. We're just asking what the last movie they watched was. And there's no right or wrong answer for them. They may not have even enjoyed it, but they'll still remember which one it was. So let's have a look now at fill in the blank posts. Using fill in the blank encourages a comment. So you want to make the blank easy to fill in, be creative, and make the blank require just one word. So begin the post by saying fill in the blank. You want to make this really obvious for your audience what you want them to do. So you could say, I couldn't live without my blank. The word that best describes today is blank. The weather right now is blank. So right now I wish I was blank. So there's some really common fill in the blank posts that you could use for your page. But you could also relate the post to your brand or product. So it could be that I first bought my, put in your product in, and they can say when it was that they first bought your product. Perhaps you sell shoes. You could say I have blank pairs of, and insert your type of shoes, or change this around to suit your product. I love your product because. Now, not only does this encourage comments, but you could get some great testimonials from this as well. I use my product to. Now, sometimes you'll get some answers that aren't what you thought your product was used for. So it's a great way to encourage and get conversations rolling as well. You could also say, I couldn't live without my product because. Another great one for testimonials. So let's look at now at asking for a specific answer. So asking for a specific answer makes it quick and easy for your fans to comment. Use multiple choice answers, use multiple choice images, use numbers, letters, or left and right, or ask questions that require just a yes or a no answer. So using two images and asking which is their favourite works really well with two of your own products. Lorna Jane does a really great job of this. So you can see on the left-hand side here, what's your style, tee or tank? So they've got the same product that comes in a t-shirt and a tank top. And they're basically just asking their fans which one they would prefer. They're also finding out which one they'd be more likely to buy. The next ones, in the middle and on the right, are the same product but just in two different colours. So imagine how you could use this if perhaps you haven't made those products yet. Perhaps you want to know which one would sell best and which one you should put into production. So you can use this for great product research as well. You could also just ask simple questions with minimal answers to choose from. My good friend Merrin from Inspiring Innovation has put cats versus dogs. Your favourite is? So this is a nice, bright, colourful picture, and it's a topic that most people have an opinion on. Generally, you're a cat person or a dog person, or even if they write that they like both, it's still getting you a comment. Greg from Mobile Mixed has put, I'm looking for your feedback. Which do you like more? 1, 2, or 3? Now, he was genuinely doing product research for a new course he was creating, Mobile Marketing Business Academy. Now, he's got 3 different logos here. Now, your fans love to give their opinion, so involving them in your decision will make them feel really important. And not only did Greg get a lot of great comments and a lot of great feedback, but when he does release this course, the people who helped pick that logo are going to feel a real importance and a real attachment to that product already. So it's a great way to get interaction on your Facebook page, but also help promote a product in its early stages. What would you do? Now, these are questions that put your fans into a situation and make them think about how they would react. So you can create a scene with a photo, give a scenario and multiple choice options, use topical debates like PC or Mac, or which way should you hang your toilet roll. And make sure you comment with what you would do so you can get involved in the conversation. So images can be funny, like this one on the left here. What would you do? So the man's obviously out in his tent, minding his own business, reading a book, and here comes the lion. So we had a lot of great comments on this one. One person even said, I would eat the human, putting themselves straight in the first person of the line. The one in the middle here, what would you do if you got home to this? A, laugh, B, cry, C, scream. And this guilty looking dog staring back at you. Now, we had a lot of comments on this one, and a lot of people actually put that they would do all 3. But my favourite out of these posts is the one on the right here. So the Facebook page is WedPix. So it's a wedding photo app. So the people that are following this page are most likely about to get married. What have they put there? They've put, will you opt for an updo on your big day? So this is really topical to the people that are involved in this page, but it also is something that they're likely to comment on. It's a simple question. Are you going to have your hair up or not? So this one is a great idea, and you can see it's had a lot of likes, it got lots of comments, and it's even had some shares. Caption this. So by asking your fans to caption a photo, you're essentially just asking them to comment. You could use a really funny photo, use a bizarre situation, and you can also use it as a competition. So you can see on the left here, Wild Kingdom TV. What could this red kangaroo Joey be trying to say? Caption this and tell us what you think. So it's a great photo of that animal doing something you probably normally wouldn't see, and they're asking people to comment. You can see it also got 26 shares. In the middle here, Short Road to Happy put, Happy Monday, best caption wins. So they've used this as a competition. So that not only helps people get comments, it's encouraging them to comment on that post because they could win something. On the right, the Ellen DeGeneres Show. Simply caption this. They've got the really funny hairdo on this child here. It's obviously got a bit of static going on. You can tell just how well that post worked for them when it's got 2,500 shares. So we've looked at those different types of posts. Let's have a look at what categories these fit under. So there are 3 types of successful Facebook posts. You've got entertaining, educational, and inspirational. Now, entertaining could be jokes, funny videos, memes. It could be those caption this photos, funny photos, or even fails. Educational could be statistics, news stories, linking to your blog posts or other people's relevant articles. Could be how-to videos, DIY photos, infographics, or tips and tricks. And inspirational could be motivational quotes, success stories, empowering videos, before and after photos, or inspiring stories. So next time you post, have a think, which category does my post fall into? Is it entertaining? Is it educational? Or is it inspiring? And if it's not one of these 3 things, have a think about, is it something I should be posting? Now, one question I get asked all the time is, when should I post? What time of the day works best for my audience? Now, this isn't something that's the same for everybody, but there is a great little trick that you can use to find out for your page. So you want to go ahead to Insights, which you'll find at the top of your page above your cover image. Then click on Posts. You'll then see a tab that says When Your Fans Are Online. So this literally shows you for the last week period when your fans were online, what times of the day. So it gives you an average for the whole week, or you can hover over each day of the week and it will show you for those days. So this is a really great indication for you. So you can see here, I can pick a few times of the day that have got the peak number of people. Now for your page, it may be a lot more obvious. This one's fairly flatline, but some pages I deal with have really obvious spikes throughout the day. So have a look for your page and see when would be the best time for you to post. Now, providing value. This is so important with Facebook. You want to give your fans a reason to like your page. There are thousands of pages they could like, so why should they like yours? Are you going to give them exclusive offers, advance notice of sales? Maybe you're going to provide them with tips and tricks. Whatever it is that you decide to offer, make sure you follow through. There's nothing worse than false promises. You want to keep a ratio of 80-20, so 80% of your posts should create value for your fan. They should be those inspiring, educational, or empowering posts. And you want to keep your promotional posts to 20%. You want to be informative and stay front of mind. So with Facebook, in your industry, it may be that people aren't using your product or service all the time. Maybe, for instance, you're in real estate. Not everyone is always buying or selling property, but if you stay informative and you stay front of mind when they are ready to buy and sell, or when their friend asks for a recommendation, you're going to be front of mind and they're going to recommend or use you. So make sure you provide content that your fans will want to share. This one is so important. Respond promptly. So Facebook, people are on there all the time and they expect you to be as well. So make sure that you're responding to comments or messages within 24 hours, but quicker if you can. Now let's go ahead and get to the good stuff. We're going to have a look now at how Facebook works. So when you sign up for a Facebook account, you're agreeing to their terms and conditions. Most people go ahead, tick the box, and off they go. You have to agree to be able to have an account. But what is it that you're agreeing to? You agree that Facebook can monitor your Facebook usage, but also access the cookies and pixels on your computer or mobile device. So what does this mean for you? It means that Facebook can monitor your usage both on your Facebook, your computer, and your mobile device. They can see what type of Facebook pages you like, what topics you post about on your personal Facebook profile, and which websites you visit. Also, what you search for. Okay, this can be a little bit daunting when you first hear about it, but please don't freak out. It's time for you to start thinking like a marketer. You have the ability to create a Facebook post or an ad and target it to a specific audience using those insights. So you can target people who have a genuine interest in your product or service. You can target your ideal demographic, and you don't have to waste money putting your ad in front of people who just aren't interested. Facebook is one of the most targeted advertising options available and the cheapest. For $5, I can reach a couple of thousand people who are the age, gender, demographic that I want. Can you put an ad in a paper for that amount and guarantee that you're going to reach that many people with a targeted audience? Of course you can't. Facebook is a really cheap platform to advertise on and a very powerful one. So now I'm going to show you how to find that targeted audience, how to create an ad to get more targeted fans for your page, how to boost a post to get it out to your fans' newsfeed, and how to create an ad to get people to your website or opt-in list. It's time to get that pen and paper ready. Okay, so first we're going to look at finding a targeted audience. For this, we're going to use Graph Search. So I'm going to pop along here to my Facebook page. And if you can just let me know in the chat that you can now see my Facebook page rather than the slides. Okay, great. Everyone's seeing that. All right. So once you're on your Facebook page, now have a look here. I am still logged into my personal account, so I'm not using Facebook as my page. I'm using Facebook as me, and this is important. So you want to click into your search bar, and this is what you want to see to know that you're using Graph Search. So if you can see these icons and these headings, then you've got Graph Search. If you can't see those, you may not have Graph Search enabled yet. So if that's the case for you, go ahead, send me an email, and I'll help you get Graph Search installed. So once we're here, we want to have a look at who the people are who have liked our page. So this is just to give you an example of what you can do with Graph Search. So you can see here, these are people who have liked my page, Karen with a Y. But what I really want to know is what other pages do they like? So this now tells me what other pages are liked by people who like Karen with a Y. So you can go through here and get an idea of what other pages they're into. Go ahead and write some of these down, especially the ones that have over 5,000 likes. Now, what I might like to know is what other interests do these people have? Whoops. There we go. Make sure you type it in properly, unlike me. So here are other interests of people who like my Karen with a Y page. So it's good to know that my fans are into wine, entrepreneurship, we've got Tas Police and Tas Fire Service as well. So my page may not have the targeted audience yet, or your page may not have that many likes yet. So what can you do to find out these interests and pages liked by people who you're trying to target rather than the people who already like your page? Have a think about another page on Facebook that's much bigger than yours, but it targets the same target audience or the same target market. So you want people that are targeting the same demographic that you want. So I could use a page like Social Media Examiner. And what I'm going to do now is look for pages liked by people who like their page. So Social Media Examiner is a much larger page than mine. It's an American-based company with 271,000 likes. So this is giving me a much broader example than using my own page. So you can see here that people who like their page also like Social Media Today, Mashable Social Media, The Next Web, Mashable, and Murray Smith. So this is a great way for me to be able to see what other pages are liked by people in my target audience. So what I suggest that you do now is write down the top 5 pages that come up. Make sure they're ones that have over 5,000 likes. I can also now see the interests of people that like Social Media Examiner. So you can see that people that like Social Media Examiner like marketing, Tas Fire Service, Tasmania Police, photography, and blogging. You can see it's also scrolling down there. So take a note of the interests liked by these people. So to recap, you first need to define who your avatar or your target audience is. This is something you should be doing as part of your overall marketing strategy. So once you know who that is and you kind of know who else is targeting that audience, you can then search interests of people who like your page, Search interests of people who like your competitor's page, that page with the same target audience that you've picked out. Search for pages liked by people who like your page, and search for pages liked by people who like your competitor's page. You can also add more variables specific to your audience. So you can search for pages liked by women who like your page, or men, or search for interests of women who like your competitor's page. So you can narrow this down by demographics as well, still using the graph search. Next, I'm going to show you how to set up an ad to increase the likes of your page. So back over to my Facebook page now. I want you to head to your Facebook page when you're doing this. And then you'll see either on your Facebook page if you've got the new cover image, or just underneath if you don't. You've got the three little dots. Click down and click Create Ad. So because I went through my page, it's automatically set up a page likes ad. If you've gone through the Ads Manager instead, you would have to select that you want a page likes ad. Now, automatically it brings in your cover photo, but you can also upload other images from your computer. So you want your images to be 1200 by 444 pixels. Another thing that you can do is you can use Shutterstock images, and these are royalty-free images that Facebook has allowed you to use for free. So go ahead and click Search. Then you can just search for your industry or what you want of your picture to be of. So here I can choose any of these images that I wish to use for my ad. So you can have up to 6 images running for an ad at the same time. And you'll be able to see later in the analytics which ad worked best, so which picture worked best for your ad. Down here is a preview of what your ad looks like. So you can scroll through and see how those photos look. Now, because the Shutterstock images aren't sized particularly for this ad, they may not look great. So you can see this one here, it's supposed to be the Facebook thumb, but it doesn't fit in nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that image. The others I'm pretty happy with, so I'm going to leave those ones there. You can also see how this ad would look. Default is the desktop newsfeed. You can see what it looks like in the mobile newsfeed and also in the right column. Now, if this is your first time doing the page likes ad, I find the right-hand column as it stands at the moment doesn't convert as well for these types of ads. So I'd go ahead and remove those right-hand column ads. The next thing you want to do is change the text that appears above your image. So you can do that here. You've got 90 characters that you can write, something to entice people to like your page. My suggestion would be to give them a reason to like the page. So go ahead and write your description there, and you can see in the preview what it's going to look like. Now, your advanced options, you can choose if you don't want them to click through to your landing page, you can choose one of your tabs as well. I'm going to stick with the landing page, which is your timeline. So here are your audiences. So at the moment, as it is, we're targeting everyone in Australia. So we've got a potential reach of 12,800,000 people. We're going to narrow that down a little bit. So you can actually select location based on a city, a state, or even a country, or multiple of these options. So I'm going to add a couple of countries. So this would depend on where your target market is. If it's a local business, you could narrow it right down to the city that you're in. You can see there my potential reach has now gone up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the age group that I'm targeting. So you can select the minimum age and maximum age that you want to target. You can see now the reach has gone down. I can then decide if I want to target both men and women, or just men, or just women. So I'm going to just target women as they're my target demographic. You can see that's cut that just about in half. You can also, based on languages, select who you want to target. Also other demographics like relationships, education, work, ethnic affinity, generation, parents, politics for the US, and also life events. Life events are people who are living away from home or those who are living away from their family. Now, interests. This is my favourite part. This is where we're going to type in the interests that we found of people who liked either our page or our competitor's page. Or maybe it's just an interest that you're trying to target. Now, these may be just interests, or this is where you can type in the name of those pages that you found. So use that competitor page, but also the other ones that came up as people who liked those pages. So yes, you can target people who like your competitors' pages. This is a really powerful feature of Facebook marketing. You can see here it's brought my reach down. Now I can also narrow this down some more. I'm going to put in a behavior. Now the great one for people who are selling online, retail shops, you can target active online spenders. So these are people who have actually used Facebook to click through to an ad and purchase something online in the last 30 days. Now what I target here is actually small business owners. So these are people who have a small business page on Facebook. You can see this has cut that potential reach right down. Now I don't want to target people who already like my page. That would be silly. So I'm going to only target people who are not connected to my page already. Now you want to make sure this potential reach is at least 10,000 people. You can now go ahead and give your ad set a name. And then you get to choose a budget. So you can either have a per day budget or a lifetime budget. And you can go ahead and override what's in there. So you can run an ad from $1 a day. I generally find $5 a day is a great budget. Now you can run it continuously from today, or you can set a start and an end date, and then it will tell you how much you're going to spend overall by adjusting those dates. So I could even run one just for a week or for a couple of days, and it will tell me I'm only going to run for a day. So once you're happy with that, go ahead and leave the bidding as it is at the moment optimized. You don't need to learn too much about fiddling with that to start with. First, see how your ad performs. So go ahead and click Place Order. Now you can go ahead and create a similar ad, so perhaps you want to try something with a different text in the same photo and see which one works best, or just go ahead and click Continue. So the purpose of these ads is to get more people to like your Facebook page, but not just anyone. You want to target that audience so that they're people that are actually going to have an interest in what you have to say and what you have to offer. These people are going to be more likely to interact with your posts and more likely to buy from you. So you want to target that minimum audience of 10,000 people. Use demographics, behaviors, and interests. Set your daily budget, and then review it after a week and check your conversion rate. Anything under $1 per like is fantastic, $1 to $2 is good, and anything over $2 you want to review your targeting. To give you an idea, at the moment I pay 20 cents per like. So for every $1 I spend, I get 5 likes. So running a $5 a day ad campaign can get me 25 likes a day, so I can really quickly build up my page to that first 1,000. The next thing I'm going to look at is how to boost a post. So I'm going to pop back over to my Facebook page. And like I explained before, I've got 1,330 likes here, but on average only 6% of people can see your posts. So here's one that only got posted this morning, so it hasn't reached many people at all yet. Here's one from yesterday, only reached 111. So I'm sitting at around 8 or 9% there. 72 with this one, 103. So what you want to do is have a look. You can see this one got a couple of shares and a lot of likes, so it's actually reached 408. You can see how that really makes a difference. But what I want to do is I want to get that seen by even more people. So I'm going to go ahead and do what's called boosting a post. So click on Boost Post. The first option that you have is to target this to people who already like your page and their friends. So if you've already been running a page likes ad and you know the people that like your page are the right demographic for you, they're the people that you're trying to target, go ahead and use that option. But if you're not sure that the people who like your page are the right people for you, go ahead and choose people that you choose through targeting. Now, it's saved in the last one that I used for me, but you will get these options come up. So you can choose your countries, age brackets, gender, interest. Again, just type them in like we did with the page likes ad. Then when you first do it, you can give this page targeting a name, and then next time you post a post, you could just select it. So go ahead and save. The next thing you want to do is choose a budget. So it's showing me here different options that I can choose from. So it says that $16 will reach between 1,400 and 3,800 people. And it goes up, obviously, the more you spend, the more people see this post. I generally only do a $5 boosted post. The minimum is $1. So this is telling me for this particular post, $5 will get me between 340 and 900 people. Now this does differ per post, and also I find that it's generally the higher end of the scale. Most of the time I can guarantee that I'm going to get at least that many people see this post. So once you're happy with that, go ahead and click Boost. So we're just waiting for my Facebook page to catch up. Now this post will get sent to Facebook for approval. So some things that would stop your ad from being approved is if you have more than 20% text on your image. So for instance, I can't boost these posts. There's just too much text on them. But if I've got a post that's got less than 20% text, I can go ahead and boost that. So you can see here, this is one that didn't get approved. It would say not boosted. It says that the ad has got more than 20% text. Let me find one that was boosted to give you an idea of how it works. Okay, so this one here I boosted, and from $5 you can see I reached 1,042 people. 2 people clicked and 2 people liked the post as well. So it also tells you the actions of the people who that post reached. So going back over, the idea of boosting a post is to get it out into the newsfeed of more people. You want to set your audience, select a budget, but make sure you boost a mixture of posts, not just your promotional posts. Some people will only see your boosted posts. So if you're only boosting promotional ones, that's all they'll ever see. So mix it up a little. And spread out your boosted posts. So when your post does get a good reaction, and say for instance that 1,000 people saw it, the next post that you post, even if you don't boost it, will be seen by more people because Facebook's still saying, hey, this post is getting out to lots of people. Let's make sure the next one's seen by more people. It has a chain reaction, if you like. So if you spread them out, that'll have the best effect for all your other posts as well. And remember, a post boost of just $5 can reach a really large audience. So now we're going to have a look at how you can set up an ad to convert a fan to a customer. So you've got people to like your page, you've got people that have got an interest in your product, you've started to get them interacting with your page, but now how do you get them to buy something? Well, I see Facebook as a platform for building relationships. I don't like to sell to them on Facebook. I like to take them away from Facebook to a website or a mailing sign-up list for the conversion. So I'm going to show you now how to set up an ad that takes them away from Facebook. So this time we're going to go to our home newsfeed and we're going to click on Ads Manager. Okay, so from here, this time we're actually going to use what's called the Power Editor. So click on Power Editor. You will need to be using the Chrome browser for this to work. So I can set up a new campaign to do this, and then you can set up an ad. So go ahead and click the plus symbol, which is create ad, and set a new name for your ad. Okay, so with Power Editor, you actually set up your ad down here. So if you've got more than one page, you'll need to select which page this ad relates to. And then this is the important part. You want to go ahead and click, where are we? I love it how Facebook changes things all the time so that I can't find what I'm trying to show you. Let's go ahead and set up a new campaign and see if that will ride things over. And you want to set this one as a clicks to website or website conversions. So if you've got access to the back end of your website, you can actually put some pixels in there for after somebody buys something or after they convert to a mailing list subscriber. And that way you can see how much it's costing you, not just per click, but per conversion. I'm just going to go ahead and do a clicks to website for this one. So once you've made your new campaign, over to ads, I'm going to do a new ad, and I'm going to find the campaign I just made. I'm going to create a new ad set and a new ad name. Okay, we're going to go ahead and click down on mine again. Now Facebook have changed things even just this morning, so they like to do this all the time. Now we can select a page post. So I could even select the post that I've just done about my live workshop. So make sure it's a post that's relevant, that you're wanting to get out there. You can have your image, your text, and then your link as well. So what we're going to do is go ahead. If you are tracking this, you want to use Create Pixel, or you can use your existing pixel. With the Power Editor, you can choose your audience here as well. So you've got your custom audience. That's something that you make outside of this ad. Again, you can enter your states, cities that you want to target. You can enter an age bracket, men, women. Go ahead and search your interests as well. This is, remember, where you put in all those page names as well. You can search behaviors and Facebook categories also. So the idea is go across to optimization and pricing. I generally recommend going for the suggested bid. So I'm going to put in 0.46. Now the thing with this ad is that if they click on this picture, it's going to take them through to the link. So it's not going to take them to my Facebook page unless, of course, they click my page name. It's actually going to take them away from Facebook to the website that I've set up. This may be an opt-in list for your emails, or it could be, if you're selling a retail product, it could be the particular product that you're talking about in the post. So to save an ad on this, you actually click Upload Changes. Now, these slides are a little bit different to the ad I just created, because normally what I would do is set up an unpublished post. But today, for some reason, Facebook's not allowing me to do that. So I'm going to do some research after this and see why that is that it's swapped today, because yesterday they were still working. But generally, the unpublished post, which you saw there as well, you have the post text above the image, you have a link headline, description, display link, call to action button. So you get to set all of those parameters. So I'm going to go ahead and see what's happening, if we can get this one to work, and then we'll go ahead and normally set up an unpublished post. So the purpose of an unpublished post is to direct people to a page outside of your Facebook. You can select a URL of either your website or your opt-in page. You'd set an unpublished post, set your audience like we did, and then set your budget and upload changes. And your posts with an unpublished post won't be seen on your timeline. So that's the great thing about this type of ads, is that you can set many without them all coming up on your timeline. So I'm sorry that was a little bit different for that last ad type there. Facebook has gone and made some changes on me overnight, so we'll have a look into that and see. But you can still set it up. The way that I did just then was with a post that I'd posted to my newsfeed. So the only difference is that it's posted already rather than one that's an unpublished post. So what is it that you've learned? We've learned that you should use a mixture of post types: educational, entertaining, inspiring, engaging, and promotional. Keep promoted posts to 20%. Post a minimum of 2 times per day to your Facebook page, and boost posts to increase your reach. If you can run an ongoing ad campaign, I generally split my budget and have half of it for a likes campaign and half of it for a campaign sending people to my website. If you want to learn more, if you're really struggling to come up with engaging content, you're tired of trying to keep up with the constant changes of Facebook and other social media platforms, you don't know which platforms are right for your business, you're putting in the time and the effort but you're just not seeing results, don't worry, you are not alone. That's why I've created my brand new course, Click by Click Social Media. Now, this course includes the setup module. In this module, we look at why you're using social media, why business should be on there, and what your goals are, so what it is that you're really trying to achieve. We then go through and create a social media strategy. The next module is Facebook. So Facebook is the #1 social media platform. It's got billions of users and creates opportunities for you to target your message to a specific audience. So like we looked at today, we look at finding who those people are that will have a genuine interest in your product or service. We also look at setting up, planning for success, powerful profile pictures, making the most of your cover image, setting custom apps, how to create content, how and when to post, how to pre-schedule your posts, how to encourage engagement, and how to use hashtags on Facebook to increase your reach. We look at Facebook groups, how to run contests using Facebook, Facebook Insights. We go much more detail into advertising on Facebook, how to target audience, and also reporting, so you can check your return on investment on your ads. Module 3 is Twitter. Now, Twitter is a really fast-paced social media network. I think a lot of people underestimate the power of Twitter and what it can do for their business. So we look at your setup and optimization. We look at customization, how to tweet, scheduling, encouraging engagement, how to join live conversations and set up discussions on Twitter, including how to run live Twitter chats. We look at best practices, running contests, using images, insights, reporting, and how to target audiences. Module 4 is LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is a great platform for business networking, and again you can use targeted advertising on LinkedIn. So we look at basic setup, how to optimize your profile, look at how to connect with people over LinkedIn, and how to find people even if you don't already have a connection to them or you don't already know them. We look at business pages as well, encouraging engagement, and joining discussions. We look at LinkedIn groups and how to set up your own group, how to interact on other groups and become an expert in your industry. We look at LinkedIn Insights, advertising, and reporting. Now, Module 5 is Pinterest. People spend more money on Pinterest than out of any other social media platform. They're on Pinterest looking for things to buy. So we look at setting up for success, creating boards, how to pin images, and how to link them back to your website. So that no matter how many times they're shared, when someone clicks on your image, it still takes them back to your website, maybe where they can buy that product or service. We looked at the best image sizes, sharing boards, encouraging engagement, how to run contests on Pinterest, how to make your own images, encouraging repinning, editing images, best practices, and insights. Now, Google+, this is a rapidly growing social media platform, and as the name suggests, it's owned by Google. So this is a platform that you're really wanting to get on if you've got a website that you want to rank well. Again, we look at the setup, optimization of this platform, how to make the most of your cover image. We look at Google Circles, Google Authorship, how to post, how to communicate within groups and communities, encouraging engagement, and also how to run a Google Hangout, which is what I'm using for this presentation. We look at GIF images, Google and how it works with the Google search engine, insights, networking on Google+, and targeting audiences. Last but definitely not least is Module 7, which is YouTube. It's over 6 billion hours of video are watched on YouTube every month, and 100 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute, which is crazy. It's now owned by Google, so this is a really important platform to be a part of. We look at how you can use video marketing to be a powerful part of your marketing strategy. We look at how to create the videos, how to make the most of your cover image, how to post them, tagging authors, video keywords, encouraging engagement. We also look at the viral effect and how to make your videos go viral. We look at building your subscribers, intros and outros, editing your videos, best practices on YouTube, how YouTube ties in with the Google search engine, insights and reporting. Now, you get to learn at your own pace. You get lifetime access to all videos. You can stay up to date because every time there's a change, I update the videos. And everything you need is in one place for all the major social media platforms. You also have my ongoing support. So this course with the 7 modules is usually $297. This is an introductory price as this is a new course. But currently, to thank you for being here with me on this webinar, I'm offering you the course at $197. So you can save $100. You also get 4 great bonuses. So bonus number 1 is a full social media strategy. Now this is a complete strategy that you can type in your own logo, your own business name, and change the words to suit your business. Bonus number 2 is social media image templates for every platform. So these come in JPEG and Photoshop, so no matter what you're using to edit your images, you can use these for your profile pictures, cover images, add images, so you've got the best sizes, everything you need. Now my favorite bonus is these ready to post images. You get hundreds of images that are ready to post. So there's this versus that, fill in the blanks, the different special occasions, everything you need to just load them up and post ready to go. And bonus number 4 is you get access to a private Facebook group. So I'm live and active in this group, ready to answer any questions that you have. You can also share your experiences, your successes, what worked, what hasn't, where you're stuck, and you can also interact with other people doing the course on the same journey as you. So all 7 modules, all 4 bonuses work out to over $6,000 in value. And my promise to you is that for any reason at all, if the course does not meet your expectations, you can have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Simply email me for a refund. There will be no questions asked. So to take advantage of this offer and receive the $197 discount, so you go to clickbyclicksocialmedia.com/course. So remember, at the moment, $297 down to $197. Sorry, I have made a new URL there. So clickbyclicksocialmedia.com/special to get that special price. Now, if you have any questions at all about anything that I've covered today, about the course or about Facebook, please, I'm in the chat with you live right now, or you can hit me up on social media. I'm at Twitter, Karen with Y, or Facebook. Hashtag #clickbyclick so that I know that you're referring to this course or this webinar. I'm going to set the browser off now, but I'm going to stick with you in the chat. So if you're here live, feel free to chat to me now. Otherwise, I'll see you online.